Hey, what's up, YouTubers? It's me again, Brian, aka Gamer 55551, and I am back with a video game review. And for this review, we're going to be taking a look at Destiny 2 for the PlayStation 4, also available on Xbox One, and I believe it will be coming soon to the PC. I don't know if it's out yet or not. Then again, I don't have a PC, so I don't know 100% certain, but supposedly it is coming to the PC. And if you're interested in any of the gameplay footage that I played, though, I'll have a link in the description of this video. You could check it out there. Not hugely great at multiplayer games, so kind of work with me on that one, okay? Destiny, in terms of the series, Destiny has always been a polarized series for lots of reasons. When the original one came out back in 2014, it was, to many, felt like it was overhyped, though. While the game technically wasn't terrible or bad by any stretch, though, visually it looked nice, it had an interesting universe to explore, and the gunplay was fun. It still turned off a lot of people. It didn't live up to the expectations some people didn't like about it. Others were not pleased with the loot system and how that was all set up. And some of it felt like a lack of a story was not really there, though. And there were some who felt like the game was treated like the second coming of Jesus, which unfortunately it was. And while the Taken King kind of fixed a lot of those problems, though, the damage was kind of done, and it kind of turned some people, still did not bring a lot of people back on that one. Some did come back, others did not. So it sort of became a polarized series, or a polarized entry when that one came out. So when Destiny 2 over here was announced earlier this year, I was a little skeptical at first, given how the first one was handled. Not to mention, the trailer, I wasn't hugely convinced to buy it, though. So I waited 2 weeks before picking up the title just to make sure, to see how it is. And then eventually I picked it up with a gift card I had. And after investing sort of a couple weeks or so with it, though, I have to say that while it may not bring a whole lot of people back, Destiny 2 feels like Destiny 2 improves upon what Destiny 1 should have had. So why don't we get started with the pros are gone. Let me get my notes out. Alright, so why don't we start with the first pro, though, and that is an actual story. That's right. Destiny 2 has a story for once, and it's not a bad one. It talks about how the Red Legion invades basically the Earth and takes the Traveler, and you have to sort of get back that lost city as well. Haven't gotten hugely far yet. I might be stuck in some areas, so I have to take a look. But overall, the story's actually not that bad. I actually enjoyed it. So it's a good story, though. Not the greatest story, but still a good story. Some even compared it to, say, as good as, say, like the stories that Halo did, the ones that Bungie did, though. So, but since I never played Halo, then again, I never had an Xbox One, so I really couldn't tell the difference, though. The next one I want to talk about is the solid gunplay and the gameplay, though. One of the praises that the first Destiny had, despite some of its shortfalls, was its gunplay, and it still feels good, though. I like the gameplay is definitely spot on. The gunplay is good in the game, especially when you're shooting to taking out your enemies, though. I like the fact that it uses the RPG system, so that definitely adds, each gun has a different feel to it, though. And I will say, in terms of gameplay-wise, it has a bit of an open world feel to it. Now, I'm not saying open world like, say, GTA 5 or anything like that. It's not anywhere near that level, but I found the way the missions are structured different than basically they were in the first one, though. Plus, there's also hidden secrets to find in the game. So, but overall, the gunplay and the gameplay are definitely good. A little bit of improvement over the first one, though. The leveling up is definitely better as well. And last but not least, the loot system. One of the biggest criticism that this game had was the way the loot system was set up. Some of it is like the constant grinding, and you don't end up getting great gear or anything like that. I will say this time around it's improved, though. I've invested a couple hours in the game, and as I progress, I got better gear, better loot, and earned you know, more money even when I don't use those gears to buy better equipment and all. So as far as the loot system though, I have to say it's an improvement over the first game though, okay? The loots, you definitely get better gear and all that stuff. So definitely a better loot system than it was in the first one though. Alright, we're going to take a bit of a break, and when we come back, we will get to the cons that I have with Destiny 2. So we'll take a bit of a break, and we will be right back. Okay, and we are back with the second part of my video review of Destiny 2 for the PS4, again also on Xbox One, and also going to be available on PC. Now that I gave you the pros about it, why don't I give you the cons? And there are only really two cons, at least in my opinion though, on this game though. The first one is that most of the enemies are just pretty much a repeat of the ones you saw in the first one. While you do get certain enemies, like the Red Legion and you get to fight them, I do feel, at least based on my time with the game though, that they're really the only new enemies you see in the game so far. Everyone else feels like these are just, you're fighting the same enemies you saw from the first one as well. So as far as new enemies, outside the Red Legion, that's pretty much it for as far as new enemies go. And the final criticism I have for the game has to do with the microtransactions though, and I will say that I don't really think it's very unnecessary for a game like this to have it though. For now, the microtransactions seem to be only on the cosmetic side, at least for the moment, but I am worried about it becoming part of, say like when it gets to the point where it becomes a pay-to-win kind of a situation where you can level up by paying this certain amount of money and all, which could turn into a situation where you could grind, but you're going to go in at a snail's pace and you could pay to speed it up. So to be fair, we haven't gotten there yet though, at least not yet with Destiny 2 though, but it does worry me that we could head into that kind of situation though. Right? I mean, not only for the campaign, but also for the multiplayer, where it's like you can level up very quickly, and you don't have to grind or anything, and that puts you at a disadvantage against other players. Against like the other players who are like at a higher level, and also don't like the microtransaction there. Yes, it's optional. Yes, it seems to be only for the cosmetic though, but I am worried because it could head into that kind of situation. We already saw how people got upset with Middle-earth's Shadow of War and the loot box and that sort of coming out though, so not really a big fan of the whole microtransaction though. Overall, I came away playing Destiny 2 pleased than I did with Destiny 1 though. It definitely is an improvement over what the first one was on a lot of areas though. A better storyline, improved gameplay, and improved loot system. At the same time, I also kind of feel like it makes the first one feel like we paid $60, or those who pre-ordered the special edition back then, like up to like maybe $100 or $200. So it made it feel like you were paying for a beta though. And it almost feels like this should have been in the first Destiny game. Why wasn't this one there though? So it does kind of feel like this one's Destiny 2 kind of feels more like a soft reboot rather than sort of a full-fledged sequel though. So I mean, still I think the game's good. I think it's an improvement, but it definitely feels like this is what should have been in the first game by any chance. So overall, if you like the first one, or you stuck around with the first one, you'll probably like the second one. If you hate the first one though, then I really can't see this coming back to convince you to play the game again though. So yes, it's a better game than it was with the first one though, but I feel like we should have gotten this in the first game. So that's how I see it though. But overall, it's a good game. It's not going to appeal to everyone. It probably won't win everyone back though, but I did enjoy the game so far, at least from my perspective though. Okay, this concludes my review of Destiny 2, the PS4 version to say the least. And again, these are my opinion. But what are yours? Have you picked up Destiny 2 yet though? Have you enjoy the game? Have you not enjoyed the game? Have you not picked it up because perhaps maybe you were turned off how the first one was handled, though? Do you care? Do you not care? Did you like this video? Did you not like this video? Do you have a difference of opinion, though, on it? As always, sound off on the comment section below. Let me know what you think. I hope you hit that like button. I would appreciate it. And I hope you do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, like I said earlier, if you're interested in any gameplay footage, I'll have a link in the description of this video. You could check out the gameplay footage of me playing Destiny 2. Also, feel free to share this video if you like, and also feel free to donate to my channel if you want to. You can either do it through PayPal me or Patreon. Links will be in the description of this video, though. And this concludes this video review of Destiny 2 for the PS4. And I will see you again next time when I do another video. Hopefully that will be soon. Until then, from Southern California, I wish you all a good evening. Bye!